They're like a $10.6 billion brand. So that's huge.
Makes sense.
I just wonder what that contract looks like. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like to have that type of support to be like, we want you to wear our brand and we're going to write you a check so that you can do so and we can fund you traveling around the world to play your sport.
Yeah, you going to write me a check and give me a Rolex? Like the check is to
Rolex.
wear the Rolex? That's crazy.
What's up, Janelle?
Hey, Bronzy.
How's it going?
It is going per usual. How are you?
I'm good. It was a long weekend, so that's good. Kind of a long weekend.
No, I had a really long.
I feel like
kinda.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like every time I have this conversation with you, I'm like, I went to Delaware. I'm tired of saying that. But I did say that there was a lot of things coming up that had me going back and forth. So this weekend was my family reunion. So I got to spend a whole bunch of time with family.
Good.
And I'm also going to see Beyonce this week. So I'm kind of hyped.
Well, I am excited for you. I thought that this was going to be the episode that we got to talk about it because I thought you guys had seen her already. But I guess it'll have to wait another 2 weeks.
We're going absolute last night that she's here. And last week it was like we was going to have perfect weather. I checked the weather app this week.
Listen.
It's giving fall. It's giving rain. It's giving cool. Like, what's going on?
You got to be careful with that. So I last weekend before, my dates are all running together. I saw Kendrick and SZA in Seattle in the rain.
In Seattle, that's fitting.
Obviously, it's a stadium tour, so it was very cinematic until you realize, like, damn, I'm drenched.
Yeah. I mean, did you still enjoy it? I didn't. I'm not going to make that tour, but
I did. I got my merch on.
Looks like a really good one. Oh, nice.
I got my merch on today.
Nice.
No, it was a really good show. Probably not my favorite Kendrick show, but it's up there. And like the set design, the creative direction, it's always top tier.
What's your favorite Kendrick show?
I think it was funny. I was having this conversation today. I think my favorite is Mr. Morale, his last one, the tour. I just think like tour wise, cool. I don't know that that's my favorite album, but the tour was my favorite.
What's your favorite Beyonce tour?
Oh, that's hard. They're all.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're all up there.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you do?
I've been seeing Beyonce since. I was a little girl, so it's really hard to say.
I started at Miss Carter.
Yeah, I saw her when she had just gone solo, and it was like the ladies' first tour. It was like her, Missy Elliott, and I think Alicia Keys. That might have been where it started. Oh. Low key. It was like, damn, I saw Alicia Keys on tour? Me? That's crazy.
It was Alicia Keys.
Yeah, I went to that tour, and then right after that, I did Destiny Fulfilled, and I've been sticking with her ever since.
Yeah, Amadi, I know he's co-signing on his same thing for you, right? When's the first Beyonce?
No, the last Destiny's Child tour.
Wow. Yeah, I was a late bloomer into the fold, but I am here now as, a very intricate part of the Beehive, so it don't matter.
Yes.
All right. Well, this is a busy week. Like I said, I'm going to see Beyonce, so I'm trying to cram a whole bunch into my week. And thus, we're recording on a school night. You got me recording on a school night.
No, you got me recording on a school night. I got work after this.
So we do have some things to get into and above the fold. Are you ready to hop in?
Let's do it.
All right. So
go.
I can
you
kick
go for
off
it.
with.
Go for it.
I mean,
go for it.
I actually would rather you tee this one up because I felt like you had strong opinions about this topic before.
I do. Okay, so Savannah James is the
cheers,
latest.
By the way.
Oh, cheers! What you drinking over there?
Clink, clink. This is a red blend of some sort.
I'm sticking with my classic orange. You know, I'm consistent.
Of course. Love to see it.
But yes, Savannah James is launching a luxury skincare line. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Add her to the list. You already know how I feel about this, except for one caveat. The way that I found out about this, you know where I'm going with this. The way I found out about this was because I believe she partnered with Howard University, right?
Yep. Yes, she did.
And I was like, you know what? She gets a pass.
She gets a pass.
She sure does.
That's exactly what I was going to double tap on for you for this question, for y'all Howard alum, is does it make it different because she tapped Howard?
Yes, I'm biased.
That is crazy. That is absolutely asinine.
Okay.
So let me tell you. So she's launched this luxury skincare brand. So you have to make sure that you understand that it's luxury. It's separated from the others. It's called Reframe Beauty. So while I think the venture is met with excitement, I think people are starting to have that fatigue just like we are. I don't think we are an anomaly when it comes to this feeling of like these celebrities launching these brands. Why? Is it because there's a lower barrier to entry? I don't know. I think it just goes back to the same conversation that there's market saturation, and why? We need something. I need something to do, and it's like, what can I do? Oh, I can just launch a beauty brand. You know what I can do? My husband is we're billionaires. I can tap Howard, do some research, but I'm like, what's the difference?
What I do notice very different from some of the other ones is this price point. Mm-hmm. This is given, like you're not walking in. Well, no, I don't know. Maybe you do walk into Sephora and get this one, but pigment processor at $115. Compression complex. I don't even know what these words mean.
Yeah, it's definitely
95.
Positioned as a luxury brand. So, are you saying like that separates it a bit?
I think the consumer might be a little bit different than like who was the last person that we talked about that launched a skincare line?
SZA.
Well, that's definitely a different consumer.
Right. Speaking of, let me tell you a quick side story. Like I said, I went to go see the SZA and Kendrick show in Seattle. I was there with my homegirl,
Did you get
Jazz.
Did you get the bug chapstick? What is it called?
No, but she was like, we should go early to go check out the pop-up. I said, bitch, not me. You can go stand in line in the rain to go get some Not Beauty. I'll see you inside at the show. That's crazy.
It's crazy. You
think I'm going to be standing in line with a whole bunch of 12-year-olds to get some chapstick? No.
You ain't even check it out. I told you had to start doing market research, Janelle.
No. As a matter of fact, we were late. They were packing up by the time we pulled up.
That's crazy.
And I was like, oh, damn. Should have hustled.
That's messed up. But, at least you didn't fake it because you had already said.
Yeah, well, that would have been crazy if I said that and then somebody caught me standing in line
that
in
would
the
have been
rain.
Insane.
No. But number one, I think that there's a distinction between skincare lines and makeup lines. To be very clear, I'm sick of both of them. Okay. I think both spaces are oversaturated. Unless you want to launch it in collaboration with Howard University, in which case,
Janelle,
go forth.
So we got Savannah James now with Reframe Beauty. I'm just talking about the oversaturation of the market.
Yes, it is oversaturated.
Rihanna with Fenty Skin.
Yes.
You have, your girl, Alicia Keys also has a skincare line.
Yeah, sure.
Keys Soul Care. You have Pharrell Williams, Human Race. And then I think Idris and his wife has a brand.
Probably.
I'm like, I don't know. We're fatigued.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't have a defense of it. I don't.
Yeah, so should we start a skincare wars at this point?
Yeah, we got tequila wars, makeup wars, skincare wars,
Yeah.
shapewear wars. I feel like the influencer girlies already tapped that market, but I think that's about to be an even bigger, like, you know, A-list type market. You got Skims in that lane, you know, Fenty had Savage and like whatever they were doing over. I really feel like, you know, watch out. She by Sheree with athleisure might be coming through.
Oh my God, we're not doing that.
Okay.
But what I will say, like in all seriousness, with the Savannah James line, I think you said something that makes me think like this could have its own niche thing. And I want to see what it does, like with the positioning of the brand and who the consumer might be. So that's kind of like my takeaway from this conversation. I think she might have tapped a different audience and positioned herself differently.
I do. I think she is going for the affluent Black consumer with disposable income that can spend this kind of money on skincare products. The packaging is cute. And, you know, I'm a sucker for product packaging. I don't know. Savannah, if you want to, like, send some product over this way, I'm not going to return to sender.
Right. It'll be warmly accepted.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Let's keep a pulse on that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a
Witcha
Black Ads episode if we don't mention Serena.
Right.
I mean, but when she said that she was evolving from tennis, that's exactly what she meant, because she has not stopped making headlines for what she said she wanted to do with these businesses and Serena Ventures, etc., etc., etc.
You're on the payroll, aren't you?
You know, I might as well be.
I clocked it.
Should be. Somebody needs to.
You're on the PR team.
Somebody needs to be paying me. So I think we talked about this a while ago. Like, she signed the partnership with Prime, Amazon Prime, to release whatever. At the time, I'm thinking she's doing like end of her career docuseries, which she probably was planning to do, but the way her career ended, it went out the window. Anyway, it was just announced that she's set to executive produce a new Prime Video docuseries about female CEOs. That's really all that's the long and the short of this.
Okay, girl, let me know when it
Serena,
drops.
It's her getting a check from Amazon Black Ads. She's going to be featured in it, but then I think there's also 5 other folks that are featured. The one other that I know that is Black is Winnie.
Is who?
Winnie Harlow.
Winnie Harlow.
Oh, Winnie Harlow. That's an interesting choice for Black CEOs.
My feelings exactly. So it's based on Black CEOs that are multi-hyphenate. Okay.
Hannah Bronfman. Oh, you didn't even count Hannah Bronfman as a Black woman? That's crazy.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that's shade.
That's
I'm sorry.
Crazy. You don't have to be sorry. She'll be fine.
Shade. But yeah, that's, like I said, that's the long and short of that. I just wanted to highlight the continuous moves of Serena.
The greatness that is Serena B. Williams.
I mean, we got to bring her back from that mic drop. That's all.
Yeah,
and I'm doing everything I can.
Like you're supposed to, as someone on her PR payroll. Okay. I mean, like I said, let me know when it drops. I wonder if it's going to be like each CEO has an episode, because I already see a couple that I wouldn't mind skipping. But
okay.
I'll watch her episode. Yeah. Cool.
Am I up next?
Yeah, you're doing a great job. You should just roll with it.
Oh my God, this is crazy. I give you all the praises, because when you be doing this, you be running through them like clockwork. All right.
Listen, you got it.
So Reebok. Have y'all been seeing Reebok out here?
Listen, that's a name.
Radar?
That's a name that we have not heard much of for quite some time. Like, obviously, we talk a lot about Nike, Adidas, then occasionally, like, On will pop up in there, Hoka, a little Solomon.
Yeah.
Puma had a little moment for a minute. Reebok. We haven't talked about Reebok really since, oh boy, what was his name? Kirby. Kirby.
Oh yeah.
With
well, a couple of episodes we did mention what's her name, the WNBA player Carrington. She just got a shoe.
Oh
with
yeah,
Reebok.
we did. Dejanay. Something
yeah.
else happened over at Reebok recently that I just remembered. Yeah. Speaking of Black folks doing things, I believe it's pronounced Botter, the brand Botter.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a husband and wife design duo. I think the husband is Black. They have been partnering with Reebok, but I think that they were just announced as like the creative directors over there.
Oh wow, that's dope. That didn't even hit my radar.
Sure.
So yeah, and you remember a couple years ago, I think they named Shaq.
No, I lied. They're at. I lied. I think they're at G-Star.
Oh, wrong.
But they do have Reebok collab.
Oh, G-Star or Botter?
Botter has a Reebok collab, but I think that the founders of Botter were just tapped by G-Star.
Oh yeah, also Angel Reese is with Reebok. I think that hit our podcast too. But so Reebok is making a concerted effort to return to the basketball roots that I think I was introduced to Reebok as in the 90s, at the height when Allen Iverson had the answer in like those sneaks. Reebok was in its prime for basketball. And so over the last couple of years, it just like dwindled, like when it came to their presence in basketball. But I think in 2023 is when they appointed Shaq as president of basketball and Allen Iverson as vice president. And so I think it's been a slow brew internally to like position themselves on whatever this resurgence or comeback is. So a couple of things hit socials this week, and I think was worth highlighting. So there's a brand named Him that has done a collection with Reebok in the past under the direction of Jide Osifeso, I think is how you say his name.
Osifeso.
Osifeso.
I'm just reading it phonetically.
That's probably correct. So they named him as head of basketball. I think he's been with the company for a while. At one point, he was like the director of marketing, and then he's had a collaboration with his brand before, and now they're doing it again. So now he's head of basketball. He's a creative director. He's done quite a bit. He's done merch for the SZA and Kendrick tour, I believe. He's also worked with Jordan Peele on Nope. So he's done things, and he's pretty well established. But I think what you're starting to see now is just like Reebok positioning themselves, making moves, making decisions to make sure that they are amplifying and moving the needle in basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's smart. Like, just from a brand partnership perspective, they just have been left out of the conversation when you think about New Balance and like what New Balance has been doing. Even outside of the realm of basketball, you had Adidas with Jerry Lorenzo and Fear God, and like, yeah, again, Reebok outside of what we talked about as far as like mainly Angel, then with Dejanay or whatever. It's just from a cultural standpoint, it just felt like they were little blips on the map. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't spark huge conversation. It was just like, oh, okay, Angel Reese is over there with Shaq. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Cool, you know?
Yeah, and I think it's like for a couple of reasons. One, like their market cap ain't been capping in the way that it needs to in order to sign like top talent. I don't know how they're able to do it now, but I think they're first investing in basketball, and I think you'll start to see more and more of that, especially as women's basketball starts to see the surge that it is. I think they're going to tap into that market because it's ripe. So we'll see.
Cool. Oh, well, I was just looking up because you mentioned that he had done merch for Kendrick, and I didn't realize that the merch I got from the Mr. Morale tour was designed by him.
His design?
Yeah.
Nice. Full circle.
Dope. What else you got?
So to keep it keep it going, Coco Golf.
We got to work on these transitions a little bit, Bronzy. I'm just going to throw that out there.
To keep it going, Coco Golf. I mean, again, she's a fave of the podcast. Coco Golf and Rolex. She's been with Rolex since 2019, I want to say. But they just created this mini series called Reach for the Crown. It's like a 7-minute episode, and then they also have a shorter social spot that I just watched literally before this episode. And it's really moving, like all inspiring. I think the point of me recognizing Coco in this context is because Rolex historically has not had a lot of black people that they sponsored. They're like a $10.6 billion brand. So that's huge.
Makes sense.
I just wonder what that contract looks like. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like to have that type of support to be like, we want you to wear our brand and we're going to write you a check so that you can do so and we can fund you traveling around the world to play your sport.
Yeah, you going to write me a check and give me a Rolex? Like
Yeah,
the check is to wear the Rolex? That's crazy.
Yo, when she wins a match, when she does her encore interview, she has to go to
say,
her
bling,
bag
bling,
and
bling,
put her
bitches is
Rolex
mad.
on. Yeah. But if you get a chance, check it out. It's really cool. I think Coco is just someone that's easy to root for. And then when you see her like speak and talk about who she is, where she comes from, it makes it even that more compelling and exciting.
Agree.
Yeah, so check that out.
I will check it out. I didn't realize that the episode had dropped already. So we'll definitely check that out. But
Also, the French Open is happening, which is one of 4 major tennis tournaments.
yeah, I saw Naomi.
Rooting for her.
Naomi got up out of there.
Yeah, Naomi got it.
Who else is left? That's black.
I mean, it just started everybody pretty much except Naomi.
Except Naomi. Damn.
No, but only half of the first round then went.
Okay, so
Like, we
who's
still
black
early.
in there?
That's the black girl name is Mboko. You remember she played Coco last? Are you talking about Haley Baptiste? Alicia Parks?
Maybe Alicia Park.
Alicia Parks did win today. We have quite a few black girls on tour now.
Okay.
Yes.
Damn. How am I going to keep up?
Yeah.
Used to just be able to follow one. I love that
Yeah,
for us. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Alicia Parks.
Yeah, she won today against Muhova.
Yeah, who's usually tough.
All right.
Yeah.
What? Okay, you said this is the
So
early
let's go.
rounds. I got to, tell me when the playoffs. You're like, when the playoffs? That's when I start tapping
Second
in.
week.
Okay.
Second week is no. I mean, the major is the playoffs, Janelle. That's crazy.
Let's get the amateurs out the way. I ain't got time.
Oh my God. But the amateurs be coming to play these days.
Okay.
It's no easy rounds.
All right, well. Last topic.
I didn't see this one. So
I'll jump into it then. I think we talked a couple of weeks ago about the fact that Kendrick had signed with Gatorade, or there was clearly some kind of partnership going on with Gatorade. I think they had used his music in a previous spot. And then there was like some fake news going around about the fact that he was like the first rapper ever to be featured in a Gatorade spot. We debunked that on the podcast. But Gatorade just released a spot featuring him. Like, he is the hero talent in the film. And I also believe, if I remember correctly, like it might have been produced by PG Lang, which is his company.
makes sense. I wouldn't be shocked by that.
Yeah.
Especially with him
I don't
doing
know
these prison workouts. It seems on brand.
Say what now?
he loves doing some prison workouts. Like, what is that about?
What they got to do with PG Lang? That still mean it had to be produced by PG Lang for him to be doing
Because everything
It
that
is
they
giving
produce by
prison
him.
workout though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about, I don't know. Let's just call it playground workouts instead of prison workouts.
Oh, okay.
Just to be, politically correct.
And that's what we want to start doing now.
Oh, when we're talking about people we like, yeah.
Oh.
When we're talking about people we don't like, I don't give a fuck.
Okay. Drop.
Do we
after
like the
drop
spot?
after drop. I love the spot. I mean, again, Kendrick, he's another person that is like just really easy to be a fan of. And I just love, like, I feel like over these last 2 years, I guess really ever since that Drake beef, it literally has taken him like through the stratosphere. Like, of course, if you were a fan of his, you were like fine, but when you get a hit that crosses over to where you got your suburban white woman making TikToks, doing the dances and stuff,
That's how you know you made it, when the white people sing along. Is that what you're saying, Bronzy?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
What I
You're
heard.
able to, you have taken rap music and made it pop culture.
All I heard was that you said that the suburban white mother validates the black man's art.
Go ahead and cancel me. Cancel me, because you're taking that and you're creating a narrative out of it. You know that's not what I was saying.
Oh, that's what I heard. I'm sorry.
That's wild.
Oh man, but no. I don't know if I made that up or if I read somewhere that PG Lang had worked on it, but whatever. If they did, they did.
In the commercial, he says drop after drop after drop. Like, what a entendre, like a double entendre is that? Like, obviously he's talking, like, you gotta listen. Y'all gotta see the script or hear the script. Mm-hmm. But like drop after drop after drop, clearly his music, like, he be dropping after dropping after dropping. But then he's talking.
Okay, rap genius.
Insert the commercial here.
Insert commercial here.
Every morning I lose. I lose sweat. I lose time. I lose peace. I lose sweat. I lose time. I lose sight. I lose sweat. I lose time. I lose track. And I lose. Drop after drop after drop after drop. Going the distance. Losing. So I know I always win.
And y'all get it.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Now you ready to jump?
I don't know what you want from me.
You ready to jump into Guess That Spokesperson?
Let's do it.
All right. It's your turn to give me the clues. And hopefully I'll be able to guess.
Yeah, I think this week is pretty easy. Full disclosure, I was not prepared, and you gave me a second to get my shit together. So, the brand is Lincoln. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you already know who this person is. Okay, so she was a contestant on Amateur Night at the Apollo when she was only 11 years old. Mm-hmm. She signed to Jive Records at the age of 15 and recorded an entire album that was ultimately shelved. Mm-hmm. And she's been nominated for 19 Grammys and has won 2. Both were in the year 2022.
She's nominated for 19 Grammys. Is she from Philly?
Yes.
Is it Jasmine D. Sullivan saying
It
Your
is,
Face
because you
Off?
saw the damn spot too.
I really don't know that Nike spot. I just know that Jasmine
It's not
Sullivan
a Nike, it's a Lincoln spot.
Lincoln spot. I just know that Jasmine Sullivan was on the Apollo at 11 years old. And she sung the safest place in the whole wide world.
Y'all vocalists be knowing shit about other vocalists.
She covered, the illustrious, the one, the only,
Who?
Clark Sisters.
Of course, you would know all the specifics. But you also know she is like my fave.
Yeah.
One of.
Yeah.
One of. So
she is.
Yeah. So that was the next spot that I saw after the whole Serena mic drop one, and I was just like, see, I told y'all they were trying to do something music related. See, I'm
You
like,
did say that.
this is where you should have just kicked off with this joint.
God. I did not see that spot, and now I have to see it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't see this. Is it recent?
Yeah, I just saw it on her Instagram like last week, maybe. And I don't know if it was like a whole spot or if it was just a.
Maybe I'll have to look at it on Instagram. I don't see it on YouTube. But cool. That was easy enough. Thank you for taking it easy.
You're
Appreciate your
welcome, I
consideration.
guess. You see how generous I am.
I appreciate it. I think it's because I don't know why. I appreciate it though.
Okay.
All right. So, are you ready to jump into Going With Your Black Ads? That ain't it?
Yeah. Let's see. To be completely honest with you, I don't have a that ain't it. No.
Same.
And Going With Your Black Ads. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna really fuck them up. I'm going Savannah James. Shout out to Howard University. No, I'm just playing. I'm fucking with you.
I was about to say that is egregious.
I'm fucking with you. Only a little bit though. I think I'm gonna go with the. I think I kind of gotta go with Reebok. Reebok trying to fight back a little bit.
Yeah.
I kind of like what they're doing over there. I'm not mad at it. So yeah, I guess Reebok and their partnership with him. We were so close. We were so close.
Their partnership with him.
But close second to Savannah.
Whatever.
All right, your turn.
I'm going to give it to Coco Gauff. Just because she's 21 and making these types of strides and moves. Anytime I have the opportunity to, I'm going to give it to Coco Gauff. And close second is Reebok, for real. They really are fighting back. I think they can fight back. And I want to see it. I'm going to keep a pulse on it. Amadi.
Going With Your Black Ads, Coco Gauff, for real.
Period.
Yeah. And that's it.
Cool.
Period.
Any closing remarks?
Closing remarks. I really wish Spody would shut up. That's all I got.
Well, I can't really hear him. I wonder if it's going through on the...
Okay,
no.
well, he is... I can hear him through these noise-canceling headphones. Hey, little boy.
I'll probably hear it on the audio.
Okay.
But all good. As always, y'all, thank you for listening. Until next time, make sure you share, like, comment, follow, subscribe, all the things. And send us whatever you see out there. And maybe you'll hear it on the podcast. Later.
For sure. Bye.
Bye.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. God damn. That's what I'm talking about. It was so black ass. It was black ass.